Hey guys, I'm Mythic and welcome to this quick start guide for Mythic Halls of Infusion. Halls of Infusion is one of the new dungeons coming in Dragonflight. The first boss is Watcher Irideus. For starters, tanks face him away from the group so only you get hit by Titanic Fist. Static Surge will deal damage to the entire group. Power Overload will put a debuff on 3 people. When it's dispelled or it runs out, it will leave behind a massive pool of lightning on the floor, so when you get it, move to the edge of the room to drop it away from the middle. Move out of the swirls from Spark Volley, and lastly, when the boss puts Ablative Barrier Shield on himself, he'll be immune to damage and start increasing his power. To stop him from fully powering up, kill 3 of the adds that spawn near the boss. When the adds die, they will explode, and if they explode while the boss is in their explosive circle, the boss will lose 1 stack of the barrier and shoot out more missiles to move out of. Remove all 3 stacks and he'll go back to phase 1. The longer he's in his barrier, the bigger the lightning pools in phase 1 will be, and the more damage he will deal for the rest of the fight. The second boss is Gulping Goliath. Let's start with the adds. If they hit you, they'll put a stacking dot on you, and if you get 10 stacks, you die. Obviously, slow, stun, and kill them. If you have a herbalist in the group, they can click on infused mushrooms in the trash rooms before the boss. Anyone standing near the mushroom will get a 5-minute buff that will remove 1 stack of the dots every 5 seconds. Adds spawn when overpowering Crocus cast, move out of the swirls. Belly Slam can also be dodged, again by moving out of the swirl. The boss will deal AoE damage to everyone with Toxic Effluvia. And lastly, when the boss casts Gulp, he will try to eat you, dealing damage to you and giving you 3 stacks of the dots. If he doesn't eat anyone, he'll gain a 1-minute stacking and rage buff, increasing his physical damage by 50%. In high mythic plus keys, you'll probably want to let someone be eaten if you can't dispel the enrage, but otherwise just don't get eaten. Up next we have Khajin the Unyielding. This is a simple fight where you repeat the same couple of moves over and over again. Ice blocks block 2 attacks, and when they break they explode, dealing damage to everyone near it. You need to hide behind ice blocks to not get hit by the missile that the boss shoots to every person with Hailstorm. So that means no more than 2 people hiding per ice block, and then if an ice block is damaged, only 1 person can hide behind it. After every hailstorm, the boss will cast Glacial Surge, where a ring will explode, move outwards, and explode again. So don't stand in the ring, and after the first ring has exploded, move closer to the boss. This ability will also form new ice blocks for you to use. The boss will also shoot cyclones at you. If a cyclone hits an ice block, it will take 1 hit of damage, so don't stand behind or in front of an ice block unless you need to hide for a hailstorm. Obviously you should move when a cyclone is shot at you so you don't get hit. If Frost Shock is cast on someone, the slow will need to be dispelled. And lastly, the boss will deal AoE damage to the entire group every 3 seconds until she's dead. The last boss is Primal Tsunami. Tempest's Fury will deal damage to the entire group, heal through it, move out of the swirls from Infused Globule and do not touch the water orbs that it summons. Dodge the rogue waves so that they don't knock you back, and tanks will take damage from Squall Buffet. It pushes you away, so run back to the boss before Focused Deluge ends, otherwise you'll be pulled back in and then rooted. At 100 energy, the boss will divide the group up and you have to run through a gauntlet like you had to deal with on the trash before the boss. Run back to the boss, don't get hit by waves or swirls, and when you get back, interrupt and kill the adds to get back to phase 1. The longer it takes you to interrupt the adds, the more damage the boss will deal for the rest of the fight. And that's all you need to know for the Halls of Infusion. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe and share it with others. I would very much appreciate it as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Twitter at wow_weekly and on Twitch at twitch.tv/bbmezzy. For now, I'm Mezzy and I'll see you again next time.